Hey guys, welcome to the first ever Baking with Bobby. Today we're going to be baking some banana bread, and you don't want to miss my secret that I do with my banana bread, which you'll see right before it goes into the oven. So stick around. Okay, so with any kind of baking, you're going to want to go wash your fucking hands first. At this point in our lives, you probably already know this, just wash your hands, okay? Okay, now that our hands are washed, next thing you want to do is grab a beer. I have one right here. The importance of the beer is, in case the baking doesn't turn out very good, you'll have a nice buzz by the end. Next thing you want to do is set your oven to 350. That's going to be the perfect temperature for baking banana bread. It's going to go in there for about an hour and 5 minutes, so let's do that. The next step I like to do before anything else is get your loaf pan, put a little bit of butter, maybe a teaspoon, and just kind of get it all in there. Just get it wet with butter all over the whole loaf pan inside. It's a bit gross to do with your hands. It feels kind of gooey, but it's going to be so worth it. When that bread slides out of here after, oh, it's going to be amazing. Okay, so pan is greased with butter. Okay, so the banana bread, you're going to want to mix your dry and wet separately at first. So I've already actually gone ahead and put everything in here for my dry. 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a sprinkle of salt. Good to go. That's your standard fucking baking ingredients right there. You could use whole wheat flour, but it doesn't really work that great for banana bread. My secret ingredient for the dry side of things is I like to put a teaspoon of allspice. Just drop it in there. Just like give it a good shake like this. Good to go. Okay, now let's mix up the wet ingredients. Let's get this bread nice and moist. Okay, so I have here first with me, I got half a cup of butter, which you can soften in the microwave. Just dump it into this bowl here. Here's the part I screwed up on. It's usually brown sugar for banana bread. Don't fucking have any, so I'm gonna use white sugar. It's gonna make it a bit more cakey, but you can do whatever you want with banana bread. You can do, the sky's the limit. Everything can be however you want it to be, except the banana part. You have to have bananas for banana bread, or it's just bread. Not really, it's more like cake. Okay, so you're gonna want to add the sugar to the butter. After you put them together, you're gonna want to cream it. Just work the butter and sugar together. Get it nice and creamy. It shouldn't take very long if you already have your butter softened, and I softened mine a lot. A little splash of vanilla. Oh, it's gonna be good. Okay, next let's drop in a couple of whisked eggs. It's always important to crack your eggs in the bowl first, because getting fucking eggshells in your butter is not fun to take out later. Give it a little mix. Now the fun part, I got 3 bananas here that were sitting in the freezer for months. Just gonna drop it in. All 3 bananas. Plop, plop, plop. Plop it like it's hot. And then just get this mixing really good again. If you have overripe bananas in your freezer, it just mixes together really easily. Even if you have overripe bananas on your counter, throw them in the freezer overnight, then thaw them the next day. Here's a little bonus pro tip. Add a half a cup at this point. Half a cup of sour cream or Greek yogurt, whatever you have with you. That's gonna help keep that bread nice and moist. And then we stir again. I'm gonna clean up some of this mess. I'll be right back. Now we have our ingredients, the wet and dry, mixed together. And don't forget to have your beer in between while you're getting this bread ready. So what we're gonna wanna do is drop the wet into the dry. And we're basically just gonna wanna mix it up lightly, just till everything gets moist. Just like it's down in moist Mississippi. Just kind of fold it in there slowly till all that dry is slightly moist. Okay, now see that? We got everything just to stay nice and moist. We don't want to overwork it. We don't want the bread to be tough later. And have a beer. Okay, you remember that pan we got all greased up? It's time to dump our bread in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dump half of it in and show you a secret that I like to do that I'm telling you for the first time. Kind of get that in there evenly. Okay, so this is going to blow your mind, but what I like to do is put peanut butter in between the two layers. When you cut your slice, you're going to have just a little bit of peanut butter. You don't want lots. You don't want to overpower the banana bread. You just want it just present. Now, I always use all natural peanut butter. There's no point in using those peanut butter with a little bit of sugar. There's enough sugar in this already. So just like that, a little peanut butter in the middle. Don't worry about it being nice and clean. Who cares? Now we're gonna drop the rest of it on top. Okay, we're almost ready to fire this thing into the oven. The last thing I like to do with my banana bread, take some cinnamon, some ground cinnamon. Just kind of sprinkle it on top a little bit. Adds a nice little cinnamon crust on top. Don't even tell anybody about these secrets when you're making this at home. They're gonna be wondering how you made such an amazing banana bread. Just keep those secrets to yourself, between me and you. Okay, the oven's preheated to 350. I'm gonna fire this in there for an hour. We're gonna come back. Ooh, look at this. We're about halfway done. Oh, that's a dirty stove. Ignore the dirtiness. Okay, so I think the bread's about done. Still have my beer. Let's pull it out. What I like to do is grab a big fucking skewer, never mind toothpicks, let's stick it in there. If it comes out sticky, it's not ready. This is good. We're gonna put it on the cooling rack. You're gonna see why I had insisted on putting butter inside that loaf pan. It's gonna slide right out. Got my cooling rack right here. There you have it. Bobby's famous banana bread. Let this cool off for a while. We're gonna cut into it and have a piece. Here we go. Let's give it a whirl. It's still warm. That little bit of peanut butter, you see that? That was our goal. Mmm. The best. It's moist.
Bart Bears videos.